Guys, and welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video is take a look at another one of the characters from the Andor series in the Black Series review, and this is this character here. This is Luthen Rael. Before we take proper looks at the figure himself, we'll take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. Now, once again, just like my last video, it is the brand new plastic-free Black Series packaging. I did talk about this in the Mon Mothma video, saying I wasn't too fussed with it as an opener, but I do get some of the whole, for the mint and box collectors, some of the disappointment of not being able to see the figure in the packaging, and just in regards to paint application. That was sort of what I said in it. So I'm in favour of it for that whole aspect, and not worrying about it too much of being an opener. But obviously, if I were a mint and box collector, I do sort of see the disappointment from that end. But even that, despite that all, I think this is a really good depiction of the figure that is included in the box here. Good sculpt down entirely from top to bottom of the figure there, along with his blaster in one hand, his knife, sorry, in one hand, his blaster in the other. On the side there, you do get the mural piece on there. Indication as well that he is number 6 in the line of figures from Andor, and then a good standing point of the figure there on the back, as well as a bio, which again is just a description of the show Andor as opposed to a character description like they used to have. So there's not much I can really tell you on there. So yeah, but that's good there. And of course on the side you do get your size comparison and a confirmation of all the accessories that are included with the figure on there, which I do like. It's some of it's been a nice touch, and I've been welcoming to it at this point there. So yeah, but that's all on the side now, and we'll start taking a look at the figure now himself. So Luthen Rael does appear through Andor throughout the majority of the show. He's sort of an antiques dealer who works with he collaborates with Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera as the series progresses, and sort of helps build a rebellion and what's going on. He does also collaborate with Andor as well. So, and looking back on the show, I need to give the show a full second watch at the time of filming this review. I do feel like he was such a good character, and it'd be worth watching again. He's in my top 5 for characters that show gave us, from new characters that is. If I were not to throw in characters like Cassian, Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera, who of course were featured in the show as we know. But Hasbro have just gone all out sculpting the sky to put in the Black Series this time around, and everything just down him is very well. So he comes with his jacket, which is also plastic. It's all plastic goods and sealed onto him, sort of stuck on there. But you can move that around and get into some poses with it. And even on the sculpting on the inside, like on the front, they've sculpted like a shirt all in there, like all the sculpting's on there, and the braces that are on the side there, and the belt, that's all in. But of course the sleeves are different on there. That's all sculpted on there. You know, they're making this look as good as possible, and all the sculpting down is on his legs. I mean, it really captures the look for Stellan Skarsgård. Like, he looks like he's eager for something when you look at that on there, and it's made me really appreciate these figures from Andor and just how well Hasbro are going for these in the Black Series. So this is all just fine and dandy, really. So of course he does include his blaster, which is there. It's it's just a basic thing, really, nothing much to do with it. And then his other accessory included is his knife, which of course you do get a holder for. It's the look of this though, it's very sort of transparently plastic, so it's not it just looks kind of cheap plastic sculpting, so nothing much else. But it is it's a well sculpted piece of weaponry that he has, so you can have him wielding either both or one or the other. And I sort of just keep because there's nowhere to actually put this on Luthen Rael when he's not holding it on the shelves, so I just have him sort of with the knife in the holder when he's on the shelf, so he's holding it down but he's ready to wield it, but he keeps his blaster at bay, ready there. So come up there, and then further sculpting there, like across the top of that. So I've got the unzipped part of his jacket there, and the other one on the side there. You just look at that, the sort of all the sculpting there. Hasbro have gone out into making this figure just be as great as it is. I'll give you a rundown of the articulation as well. It's got the ball jointed neck and head point there, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball hinged wrists, a ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, which can be hindered a little bit by the jacket depending on how far you want to stretch them out, but I don't see any reason to want to stretch him out that far. Ball hinged knees and ball hinged ankles. Yeah, the figure can't really sit down so easily because of the jacket, but you can have him stick his legs out through the side if you were to pose him in a side leg pose. So Hasbro done what they can to give the articulation as much as you can from it, and try and make it worth your while. You know, with all the sculpting detail, they're going the best they can to sort of help justify the price that you are paying for these figures these days. I mean, even with the plastic free packaging, there's still a price you are paying with them. So that's just something to really take note of. So, but I mean, everything else that makes this figure what it is has been great. I mean, as I said, Luthen Rael is a good character in the show, and I hope there's plenty more of him coming in season 2 of Andor, and he sort of helps build the rebellion. That's sort of what they're trying to do. Because of course, I feel like season 2 is going to come partly parallel to like Rebels, because of course that season 1 takes place in the same year as Rebels. In fact, I think by the way the show's run, I think season 1 actually takes place throughout Andor, because by the end of the season, I feel like we're definitely in 4 BBY at that point when you're looking at Star Wars years. That's just my guess, because I think it's just by how much time passes throughout Andor. I think it's at least a year, that whole series in total. So I think the entirety of Rebels just takes place somewhere in that timeline, and season 1 of Rebels just sort of happens there. But of course, it's not really alluded to because Andor isn't aware of the Ghost crew and that. So yeah, there's not much mentioned there. But I feel like because of Mon Mothma being in the show, there's probably likely to be some subtle connection. I think the fact that we haven't got Filoni on the hand for this series, we're not going to get the thrusted in cameos, which is one thing I absolutely loved about Andor compared to most of the other modern Star Wars TV shows, was there was no tendency to constantly throw in characters we'd seen before. So yeah, that was something I loved about that. But yeah, we got introduced. We got to see great characters such as this guy. You know, we got new characters like him in place of getting random cameos. And I think I made a talk about this in the Mon Mothma video, I think, where I said like had Filoni been involved, they would have just had Vader, Grogu, Boba Fett, yeah, all of that those kind of people we knew already would have just popped up left, right, and centre. So yeah, it's kind of good we didn't see them. But I mean, that's what I like about the Andor. I think it's just the primary reason it's my favourite Star Wars TV show. So I'll just say that. But yeah, I mean, giving a full look of this guy in total just makes him honestly one of the best figures in recent times for Hasbro to give us. I think it's probably my favourite one of the year, so 2023 so far, that I've only picked up a few this year so far, but this one standing in is one of my favourites at the moment, alongside one in the Wave, a Gaming Greats one in the Wave. But he's definitely my favourite Andor figure. That's to be truthful though. I've only got a handful so far, but Luthen Rael, whom I'm reviewing to you now, is just the top figure. Everything about him has just made him the great figure, and yeah, there's little I can really criticise in regards to him. I think everything about him's great. I mean, I don't even think of any other weapons. Like I think it'd be cool to have had a deluxe version of him that would have included maybe like something that you'd have dealt with the antiques in the show, but I'm not too fussed around that. Everything else is fine. And we've got some sort of aspect to keeping the figure, giving you what you want for this sort of figure. And I'm just looking forward to seeing more figures from this show and adding more of them to the collection, because it's just one of the best shows. I can't praise Andor enough. That's basically it. There's just more characters out of the show I want in the Black Series that we haven't got yet, and we really should. But I'll leave a link to where you can buy this guy, Luthen Rael, down in the description below, and you can buy him if you'd like to. And do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Before I go, this is actually the last upload I'm going to make, because of the week I'm uploading this. This is right before Star Wars Celebration 2023, and I am indeed attending, as I've stated in a previous video. So I will be vlogging the event while I'm there. I'm just going to show off what I'm doing as well, because I figure since this is an Andor figure review, I might as well show my pass. I went for the Sunday. It was the only day I wanted to go for. I was only going to go for one day. I decided on that from the off. But I'll be doing a vlog there. I'll be doing a train vlog like I did with the Model Rail exhibit in Doncaster and the Audrey extravaganza. And yeah, I plan to do another train vlog going to and from London. And of course, that's just like the separate part of trying to I've kind of been doing so much channel on. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. I even got myself a fancy lanyard. I bought this off eBay, cheap, the lanyard, and I do like the different designs that are on it. Just like everything you've got on there, good and evil. You know, all of that is there with all the good pictures of characters on there. But that was a good purchase. But yeah, I do like these celebration passes that we have been given out, and I am looking very much forward to walking around XL in London. And of course, there's the opening times for celebration, Friday through there we go, Friday through Monday, and 10 till 7 on the Friday and the weekend, 10 till 5 on the Monday. But you can be sure to see me around there at Celebration if any of you watching are attending Custom House, near Custom House Duck DLR station. I know that there are others that I know who are attending. Jake Kell, for starters, as well. You may follow him on Instagram under the name Poe Dameron. He'll be in attendance as well, so you'll be able to catch him, as well as Danny East 1000. You'll be able to see him around there as well. And I also believe Sith Lord 229 will be in show as well. I hope to see many of the other viewers if any of you are going. And even if you aren't going on the same day as me, if you're going on a separate day, and you can also watch my vlog when I upload that when it comes to the time. So I just thought I'd mention that quickly at the end of the video, just for me intending celebration, since this is probably the last review I'm going to upload before going. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I think we're all very much looking forward to finally going to it. So I'll get plenty of footage around the events. I'll even be cosplaying as well. But I'll get footage of whatever I find. I didn't sign up for any autographs or anything like that. So if you do get any snippet footage of any of the actors who are in the show, that'll probably be like the most I'll get. I'm not too fussed about that kind of thing when it comes to it. I mean, I met a few in the past at past cons. I met David Prowse, Jeremy Bullock. They were good to have met. But yeah, it'd be good if I do manage to sneak in a visit and meet someone. But I'll definitely be doing full vlog at Celebration, and then I'll do a whole video when I get back here as well. So and there'll also be the vlogs of the train journeys to and from London as well. Since I've got to go down to London on the train. As I've said before, it'll be all the way down to London King's Cross. Journey vlog there. So yeah, I hope to tune into that video when the vlog comes, and that'll definitely come. And I'll thank you very much for watching this review of Luthen Rael. And as I said, there's a link down in the description below to where you can buy him, and to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram down there in the description below. And drop a like on the video, enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.